Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense. And Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and a goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight, that time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith. Well, my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world.
Hey, this is Sarah Greenfalk, owner of PsychEdge. How would you like to learn how to manage your emotions and reactions in order to enhance your performance and be successful in life? I coach and counsel student athletes, performers, and professionals, giving them the mental skills and mindsets to build confidence and resilience. My background in physical therapy, massage therapy, personal training, and 15 years of counseling give my clients an advantage. So if you are wanting to be recruited, perform better, or struggling with life balance, anxiety, or depression symptoms, I will stand by you until we reach your goals. Contact me today, sarah@aimtogrow.com, and be sure to visit my website, psychedge.club, for your monthly blog on mental health, sport, and performance psychology tips.
It's October 1st, 2007. Game 163 is taking place between the Colorado Rockies and the San Diego Padres. It's in the bottom of the 13th inning, a tie score at 8-8. The winner of this game gets a date with the Philadelphia Phillies in the National League Division Series. This is obviously a must-watch TV baseball game. I mean, who doesn't want to watch a one-game playoff that goes into extra innings? However, to fully appreciate what happens next, we have to know the history of both franchises. We have to understand that neither of these ball clubs have won a World Series. Even crazier, one of these teams hasn't even won a postseason series. To get a better grasp of this moment, we need to use a time machine. In other words, we need to rewind. The Rockies have Matt Holliday on third base and less than 2 outs. This is crucial because any fly ball to the outfield can theoretically send the Rockies to the National League Division Series on sacrifice fly. However, the mere fact that the Rockies are hosting this one-game playoff is crazy to think about. Back on September 15th, the Rockies were just 76-72. Yeah, you heard me right. Just 16 days ago, the Rockies were barely above 500. So how the heck are the Rockies even tied with the Padres for the National League wildcard spot? As Al Davis would say,
just win, baby.
Just win, baby. Yeah, the Rockies have sure won a lot of games lately. An unfathomable 10-game winning streak from September 16th until September 27th saw the Rockies go from 4.5 games back of the Padres to just 1. In a twist of fate, the Rockies swept the Padres during that winning streak to get back into the NL wildcard race. But hey, that was just a lucky winning streak, right? There's no way this ball club led by Clint Hurdle could win 2 out of 3 against the first-place Arizona Diamondbacks and sneak into the playoffs, correct? And if you answered anything but yes to those questions, you'd be dead wrong. Arizona ended Colorado's winning streak during Game 1 of the crucial 3-game set, but after dominating the Diamondbacks 11-1 on September 29th, the Rockies held on for a 4-3 win on the last day of the regular season. Nail-biting wins have been nothing new to the Rockies and their fan base. One of their wins during the 12-1 finish to the regular season included a 14-inning victory over the Padres. But have the Rockies simply taken the wild card away from the Padres, or did San Diego majestically crumble down the stretch? Well, it's a little bit of both. Entering MLB game action on September 16th, the Padres were 80-67. They ended up finishing the year at 89-73. So a 9-6 record in their last 15 games is nothing to be embarrassed about from your ball players. But a 3-game sweep at the hands of the Rockies was still pretty bad, especially considering that all 3 games were at Petco Park. Also, the Padres had the Brewers down to their last strike on September 29th, but Tony Gwynn Jr. knocked a game-tying triple off Trevor Hoffman to send the game into extra innings. How brutal irony is that? The son of the greatest Padre ever quite possibly stopped you from going to the playoffs. What gets lost in the shuffle is that the Rockies were actually a third-place team in the wild card race prior to their incredible finish. The Dodgers were up 3 games on the Rockies after all the games concluded on September 15th. So what the heck happened to the Dodgers? It's hard to exactly say why they simply forgot to play baseball, but their final record speaks for itself. On September 15th, the Dodgers were 10 games over 500. By September 30th, the team barely finished with a winning record at 82-80. You can't make this stuff up. The Dodgers went from 79-69 and just 1.5 games back on San Diego for the wild card spot to finishing 7 games back of both Colorado and San Diego. Colorado literally had to sweep Los Angeles to knock the Dodgers out of the playoffs, and the Rockies did just that from September 25th until September 27th. The Dodgers might be known for playoff choking nowadays, but late season chokes are nothing new to the Dodger faithful. Anyway, back to the Padres and Rockies. The Rockies were 12-1 down the stretch, but a minor choke job by the name of Ron Burgundy allowed Colorado to host a 1-game playoff. The Padres were 2 games ahead of the Rockies on September 29th, meaning they just had to win either of their next 2 games against the Milwaukee Brewers or 1 Rockies loss the next 2 days clinched a wild card spot for Bud Black's team. The 2007 Milwaukee Brewers were actually in first place of the NL Central Division during most of the regular season, but a late surge by the Cubs, as well as a collapse, saw the Brewers outside of the playoffs for yet another year. They still played spoilers, though, and after dispatching the Padres in 11 innings on September 29th, the Brew Crew disallowed September 30th from being the Padres' clinch day. A very convincing 11-6 win for Milwaukee as the Padres had to fly from Milwaukee to Denver for a National League West grudge match. Just like that, Game 163 determined who would win the National League wild card. This was huge for Rockies fans as their favorite baseball team hadn't sniffed the postseason since 1995. Colorado began as an expansion franchise in 1993, and the Rockies earned the first ever NL wildcard spot in 1995. The Rockies fought hard in the division series against the Atlanta Braves, but the eventual World Series champion Braves took care of the Blake Street Bombers 3-1. But since then, the Rockies have always found ways to lose games. More importantly, it's their pitching staff who seemingly always lets them down. Even when the Rockies won the wild card in 1995, you probably don't know any of their starting pitchers. Kevin Ritz, Bill Swift, and Marvin Freeman were arguably their 3 best pitchers that season. Colorado was so desperate for starting pitching help that they signed Mike Hampton to an unreal 8-year, $121 million contract after the 2000 season concluded. All of the money in Major League Baseball is guaranteed, by the way, so why would the Rockies sign a pitcher to an 8-year deal? Simply put, it's hard to find free agent pitchers who want to pitch in Coors Field, the home ballpark of the Rockies where the ball hits the mile-high wind and sails out of play. If you don't remember Mike Hampton playing for the Rockies, you're not the only one. He only lasted 2 years in Denver, with his last season being a dreadful 6.14 ERA and opponents batted .313 against him. So for the Rockies to be successful, they usually need to outslug teams. But that wasn't exactly the case in 2007. Jeff Francis won 17 games for the Rockies this season. Ubaldo Jimenez was on this team, and the relatively unknown Aaron Cook posted an ERA under 4.2. In a nutshell, this surprising Rockies team can play a little small ball and outpitch teams as well. But tonight has been anything but a pitcher's duel. In a typical Coors Field shootout, the Rockies blew an early 3-0 lead. The San Diego Padres swiftly answered with 5 runs in the top of the third, and it looked like the Padres finally hit their stride in this do-or-die playoff game. And while the Rockies are unknown for playoff success, the history of the San Diego Fathers isn't a happy story either. The Padres have been to the World Series twice, but they've only been to the postseason a grand total of 5 times coming into tonight. Since joining Major League Baseball in 1969, the Padres have mostly been an afterthought in the National League West. Coming into the 2007 MLB season, Bruce Bochy had enough with postseason disappointments, and he left for greener pastures in San Francisco. Some Padres fans felt it was treason, as Bochy led the team to division titles in 2005 and 2006. While they were back-to-back NL West crowns, the 2005 team barely finished with a winning record, and after being swept by the Cardinals in the NLDS, Bruce Bochy's team finished the year under 500 at 82 and 83. The 2006 squad was much better, but those pesky Cardinals were still too much for San Diego to handle. San Diego had home field advantage for the division series, but Bochy's crew only scored a single run in their first 2 postseason games. The offense was slightly awake when they entered Busch Stadium. A 3-1 win in Game 3 gave San Diego fans new hope, but it was quickly taken away during Game 4. 6 unanswered runs by St. Louis gave the Cardinals the series win and yet another postseason disappointment in Southern California. Bud Black took the 2007 job after Bochy left for the hated Giants. Led by NL Cy Young winner Jake Peavy, the Padres were in first place in the NL West as late as September 3rd. Peavy got the nod for this one-game playoff. It was his turn in the rotation since he hadn't pitched since September 26th. But for whatever reason, the best pitcher in the National League was anything but clutch tonight. 3 straight Rockies got on base to start off the bottom of the first, and after Yorvit Torrealba cranked a bomb to left field, the Rockies led 3-0 after 2 innings of baseball. Starting pitcher Josh Fogg was sent out in the top of the third to preserve the lead, but he simply wasn't up for the task. Peavy helped out his own cause with a leadoff single. Brian Giles found his way to first base with a walk, and after Scott Hairston hit a single to load the bases, Adrian Gonzalez emptied them with a game-changing grand slam. Fogg still couldn't settle down after the grand salami. Khalil Green and Josh Bard both got on base via the hit, forcing Fogg to intentionally walk Jeff Blum to load the bases. Brady Clark then made a solid contact with a ground ball to shortstop, and his speed forced the Rockies to just get the force out at second base. Just like that, it's now a 5-3 lead for Peavy and the Padres.
Matsui didn't get anything on this throw. Blum was all over him. He was a little off balance after he came across the bag to make the throw.
But Peavy just couldn't keep the ball out of the ballpark. The Rockies cut the deficit down to 1 after Todd Helton belted the baseball to right center field and gave his home fans a lucky souvenir. An amazing game so far. It's not even the top of the 4th yet, and we've already seen 3 home runs, including a grand slam. Fogg was able to get a 1-2-3 inning in the 4th inning, but Hurdle wasn't pleased with his pitcher. He gave up 10 fly balls on a night when the wind was clearly blowing out, so he decided to go to his bullpen early. Peavy wasn't much better than Fogg tonight as the Rockies tied up the score in the bottom of the 5th. An early holiday for Rockies fans as Matt Holliday singled in Tulowitzki for a 5-5 tie. Black was still confident in his young fireballer though, so he sent Peavy on the bump for the 6th inning. It was the same old story for Peavy as the Rockies retook the lead. Everybody was seemingly able to hit him tonight. Seth Smith hit the very rare pinch hit triple with 1 out. It was timely hitting all night for Colorado as Kaz Matsui got underneath the ball and delivered a sacrifice fly to center field. Another lead for the Rockies, and this time around the relief pitchers were up for the task. After relieving Fogg, the Rockies bullpen held the Padres scoreless until the top of the 8th. The Padres were able to muster just 2 hits from the 5th inning going into the 8th. Taylor Buchholz led the Rockies bullpen by going 1 2/3 innings, allowing just 1 hit and threw 12 strikes on 13 pitches. But Brian Fuentes just couldn't hold the lead. After relieving Deltroy Hawkins with 6 outs to go, Fuentes was a tad bit wild and inaccurate. Blum got the much-needed leadoff single, and although Fuentes got the next 2 batters out, Torrealba couldn't quite handle this 1-2 slider from Fuentes, allowing Blum to reach second base on the drop third strike wild pitch. On the 3rd pitch of the subsequent at-bat, Giles potentially saved his team's season with a game-tying double to left field.
A high pitch that Giles was just trying to fight off, and he did. Got pretty good wood on it, and maybe that's what fooled Holliday as it sailed over his head.
But Hairston couldn't send Giles home after that. Granted, Tulowitzki's dart from shortstop, Helton's great stretch at first base was excellent defense. Neither team could score again in regulation, so we went to extra innings. The next 3 innings were full of drama as both teams had chances to score. San Diego had runners on 1st and 2nd with 2 outs in the top of the 10th, but Matt Hergus jammed Giles and got the inning-ending ground out. Colorado had a golden opportunity for a walk-off win in the bottom of the 11th. With Brad Hopp at the plate, Colorado had the game-winning run 180 feet from home, but Joe Thatcher fooled Hopp on an 88-mile-per-hour fastball to end the threat. The Padres had their own runner in scoring position with less than 2 outs in the top of the 12th, but Brian Myro struck out, and Michael Barrett grounded out to keep the score at 6-6. The Rockies went 1-2-3 in the 12th game as the game entered inning number 13. And this is quite possibly the greatest extra inning in professional baseball history. 5 total runs would eventually be scored in this inning. With everything on the line, the offenses for both teams woke up in a huge way.
Montini girls basketball coach.
just love live.score for football because it's all one-play technology. It's got down and distance, it's got ball on. Oh yeah, for this, like, and I could have run, and that's why just Northside ticked me off, is Steven couldn't make it because he was driving for the stream line. And I was going to try
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world.
Good evening and welcome to Benet non-conference contest between the Broncos of Montini Catholic and our own Benet Academy and Red Wing. Tonight's games are being played according to rules and regulations of the Illinois High School Association. We ask all attending conduct themselves in matters of sportsmanship, both on the court and in the stands. We ask to respect the coaches, the athletes, spectators seated around you, the calls made by our officials. In other words, take responsibility for your own actions, help make this a pleasant evening for everyone. Remember, sport a winning attitude at all times. This time we ask you please rise, face the flag, join in the playing for national anthem led tonight by our Benet Academy Pep Band. Contest first for visitors from Montini Catholic. Violating senior guard number 2, Sawyer White. 5'7", senior guard number 3, Anna Marlinsky. 5'8", sophomore guard number 5, Victoria Lucius. 5'11", junior forward number 14, Shannon Blatcher. And a 5'9", sophomore forward, 21, Alyssa Epps. And the runners are coached by Shannon Spanos. And now let's get started for your Benet Academy Red Wing. A 5'7", sophomore, number 33, Maggie Varsity. A 6' junior, number 4, Whitney Bowman. A 6' junior, number 24, Samantha Kentberger. A 5'11", senior, number 22, Robert Temple. And a 6' senior, number 41, Morgan Demos. And number 45, Joe Gilray, assistant coaches, Pearson, Kelsey Coulter, John Shadow, and John Fitzgerald. Mario Rivas. Bracket foul number 5, Victoria to the Bishop. Her first, team first. Bracket squad number 3 and the Montini team second. Benet Academy. IHSA Varsity. This was timeout.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
Her first, team first. Trey Benet Academy, Logan Demo, and Maggie Silver. Benet Academy on 35, Maggie Varsity. Her second, team second, shooting 2 shots for the white. Returning Benet Academy, Carter Temple. Also returning Benet Academy, Alex Trimberger. Rockets out 14, Shannon Blacker, reverse team third. Shooting 2 shots, Morgan Demos. Benet against foul, 41, 40. Reverse, team third. Broncos foul number 2, Slater White.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense. And Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and a goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world.
Montini foul number 14, and Western. Reverse team, per second, team fifth. Timeout, Broncos. Call timeout.
This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
I hope so. I don't sleep well if I don't hear that song at least once a day.
You come here for the George Michael.
I come here for the Careless Whispers.
Basketball section.
Come on, let's just take that together. Returning from Benet Academy, Morgan Demos. And I got the foul between Server Team 4. Turning for the Broncos, Sawyer White. Bringing the court after a timeout, number 22, Aubrey Kinney. Number 23, Jake Carver for the Broncos.
This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Broncos foul number 22, Audrey Kinney. Her first, team 6. Down the line, shooting 2 shots for Demos. Returning for the Broncos, Peyton Farrell and Voloditsky. Broncos foul number 23, Jake Carver, her first, team 7. Shooting 2 shots for Demos. Dedicated foul, Orbit Temple. Her first, team 5. Jump ball possession goes to the Broncos. Returning Benet to the Catholic, returning the Montini to the Catholic, Shannon Glasser.
Irving, one-on-one with Washington. Kyrie, saucy!
Uncle Drew can do a lot of things in his old age: dribble around opponents, take it to the hole and dunk, and emphasize how this game has always been about buckets.
I get buckets.
But the one thing he doesn't have? The vaccine. Uncle Drew, a.k.a. Kyrie Irving, still hasn't been vaccinated for the COVID-19 virus. Because of this, Kyrie can't participate in any regular season games in the state of New York. Can you imagine what Nets general manager Sean Marks is thinking right now? He has one of the best, if not the best, point guards in the NBA at creating his own shot. Now, this is a free country, and Irving has every right to not get the vaccine. But on the surface, it seems like a very selfish move, especially for a Nets team who could be unstoppable whenever Irving, James Harden, and Kevin Durant are the trifecta on the court. So now Marks has to consider the best alternative for the Nets. Should they keep Irving and deal with the constant media circus that comes with having Kyrie on the roster? Or should Brooklyn trade Kyrie, even if that means trading him for 75 cents on the dollar? And with Omicron rearing its ugly head at NBA players and creating COVID-19 health protocols, the virus is clearly very contagious. Just look at the Nets, for example. As recently as Christmas Day, the Nets had 10 players in COVID-19 health protocols, which includes Irving, Durant, and LaMarcus Aldridge. Aldridge sometimes starts in the front court for the Nets. So Brooklyn was essentially missing 3 starters on December 25th due to Omicron. Omicron is clearly very contagious, and with Irving not having a single Pfizer or Moderna shot, there's a good chance that Irving could spread the virus back to his teammates. And since Irving can't even play in some of these games, even if he's not in the coronavirus contact tracing protocol, he's basically more of a liability than an asset. The issue is no team wants to deal with this constant Irving COVID circus, including the Nets. Irving is a borderline Hall of Famer once he retires, but his crazy big contract, as well as his off-the-court problems, can force teams to avoid trading for this potential locker room cancer. Even before COVID, Irving was a terrible leader once he got traded to the Boston Celtics. And since joining the Nets, Irving has been anything but a saint. Since becoming a resident of New York City, Irving has missed games voluntarily due to several reasons. One of them was for Black Lives Matter and rejecting the 2020 NBA bubble. Before the vaccine became available to people below the age of 50, he was still refusing to wear a mask at public gatherings. Irving clearly doesn't understand the seriousness of COVID. Everybody has their opinions on the vaccine, but he was against wearing masks even before the vaccine was allowed for public injection. Still, he's under contract, and as long as he doesn't retire or commit any illegal acts, it's going to be hard for the Nets to sue for breach of contract. If the Nets determine they're in salary cap hell, which they are, and think that they would be a better team without Kyrie, it might be time to trade this former all-star point guard versus keeping him. Are there any takers for Kyrie? Possibly, but there hasn't been any serious trade talks. Another issue for the Nets is Kyrie loves playing in the Big Apple. I don't really blame him, and according to Nick Wright from Fox Sports 1, he would rather retire than play for another team. No team would trade for Kyrie if he immediately retires. However, mindsets can change, and with the Bulls and Bucks playing some very good basketball as of late, there are no guarantees the Nets even make it to the NBA Finals. Durant and Harden aren't getting any younger, so Irving has to be a little open-minded to the idea of a trade. He would also get to be the number 2 scoring option again, a role he thrived at during his glory years with the Cleveland Cavaliers. The most recent trade rumor was the Dallas Mavericks, but according to Mark Stein, Mavericks owner Mark Cuban adamantly denies pursuing the Nets' starting point guard. And for good reason. Luka Doncic loves playing point guard, and Kyrie is probably too small to play shooting guard. The Mavs would have to have 2 ball-dominant guards in their backcourt. And as we saw in Houston with James Harden and Russell Westbrook, that strategy is usually doomed to fail. Even when Chris Paul was in Houston, that marriage with the beard became a divorce in less than 5 seasons. What's really interesting is, as recently as a couple of months ago, Philadelphia was rumored to be a good fit to trade for Irving. However, the Nets don't want to trade him within the division because the whole point is to get to the NBA Finals. The 76ers are, of course, in the Eastern Conference and could be a major roadblock to their path to a championship. Also, teams don't go like trading away marquee players in the same conference, much less the same division. Ergo, the Nets don't want to play against Irving in an Eastern Conference playoffs. However, the anonymous NBA executive said Philadelphia would make sense if the Nets see any value in Ben Simmons. My take would be to avoid Simmons with a 10-foot pole, especially if the trade involves Irving. Kyrie Irving has his off-the-court issues and major personality question marks, but he's still a player who can average 50, 40, 90 shooting percentage numbers. A 50, 40, 90 season means you shoot at least 50% from two-point land, 40% from behind the arc, and 90% from the free throw line. Simmons is so bad offensively that he shies away from open dunks. I hate to use the word the yips, but something clearly wasn't right for him during last year's playoffs. He hasn't played a single game this season due to his unwavering stance on not wanting to play another possession with the 76ers. As such, his trade value is at an all-time low. Also, the Nets have Patty Mills as their current starting guard, and Mills is a former NBA champion with the San Antonio Spurs. Legendary Spurs head coach Greg Popovich is a big fan of his former point guard, so there's no doubt he can run the Nets offense whenever Kyrie can't play due to COVID protocol or injury. Simmons just isn't a necessary key to success for the Nets. In fact, whenever Aldridge plays or starts with the Nets, they have 3 players on the court with a player efficiency rating of 20 or better. Aldridge has a better PER this season than Harden. That's important because it shows the Nets they don't necessarily need Irving, Simmons, or any other flashy point guard when Harden, Durant, and Aldridge are all healthy. They just need a competent guy who can run the one position with grace and professionalism. Patty Mills fills that role just fine. However, the Nets might need some extra firepower in the playoffs, and it would be nice to see if their former investment in Kyrie can lead to an NBA championship. Is there really a point in trading the former number 1 overall draft pick if you get nothing of value back for him? A Simmons for Irving trade would basically just be about starting over and getting a player who can pass better and comes with less baggage. Unfortunately, Simmons comes with his fair share of baggage, and he can't even shoot mid-range jumpers or free throws. Dallas would make a lot more sense for the Nets than Philadelphia. Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic could coexist in the backcourt. Do the Nets even want Kristaps Porzingis since they already have Aldridge and Blake Griffin? It's hard to say. The good news for Brooklyn is he has a player option going into next season. This just means if things go sour in Brooklyn and he doesn't like head coach Steve Nash or his role in the offense, he could reject $36 million and sign elsewhere for the 2022-2023 season. Would he really deny $36 million when his goal was to play with Durant? Things can certainly change for Irving's overall happiness if the Nets get eliminated in the Eastern Conference Finals. There just aren't a lot of legitimate contenders who need Irving's services, are willing to take on his contract, and can handle his lackluster defense. We've already mentioned Dallas before. The other 2 franchises who come to mind make sense, but it's hard to say if Irving would enjoy playing in a mid-major market. The Utah Jazz were so close last season to competing for a championship. One of the main reasons they fell short against the LA Clippers was a lack of explosiveness on the offensive end. Irving would solve that almost immediately since he's great at creating his own shot and driving to the rim. Once again, though, would he be happy playing in Utah? The Jazz also had some defensive struggles during last season's playoffs, something that Irving wouldn't fix. If the Jazz want to go all in and compete with Phoenix Suns and Golden State Warriors in the Western Conference, Irving would give them a much better chance in doing so than with Mike Conley manning the point. Conley is a solid leader and point guard, but when push came to shove, the Jazz could not consistently compete against Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and the Clippers. The Jazz would make the most sense for a trade. If Irving would only be happy in a major market, the Clippers come to mind as Irving would definitely be a better option at point guard than Reggie Jackson. However, the Clips don't have as many trade pieces as the Jazz do. The Nuggets are a very interesting trade destination if Kyrie would love to play with the reigning MVP. According to Nuggets head coach Michael Malone, Jamal Murray won't be back by February. However, the Nets don't really care too much about the regular season. As long as Murray can be healthy and available for the playoffs, they could get a younger player who can be just as explosive as Kyrie with less off-the-court baggage, assuming Murray can rehab from an ACL injury in flying colors. The Nuggets might be willing to consider moving on from Jamal Murray if Kyrie passes a physical and his knees are determined to be in great shape. The Nuggets don't want to waste Nikola Jokic's prime, and the Denver Post acknowledges that Denver wants an upgrade at the wing anyway. The Nuggets need to win games now.
Final shot number 3, her second team, second. Second is on Temple. And for the Broncos, number 22, Andre Montini. And Benet Academy, IHSA Varsity. Broncos foul number 2, Sawyer White. Returning Benet Academy, Olivia Colinas. Benet Academy foul, Margaret Temple. Her third, team third, shooting 2 shots, Shannon Fletcher. Returning Benet Academy, IHSA Varsity, Samantha Schimberger. Number 22, Audrey Montini. Her second team scored. Returning Benet Academy after Audrey Kilos and Margaret Temple. Benet again shooting 2 shots. IHSA Varsity. The trade Benet again, go on. Shooting 1 shot, 10 left. Montini foul number 14, Ken Blackburn. Her third, team fifth.
Judgment that it was in the act of shooting, but that's just too close to call to make. Return to the Broncos, Jay Carter, shooting 1 shot, so wait.
Returning Benet Academy Margaret Temple.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world.
Time out, Bronco. 30 seconds, time out.
They only do is I think the studio stuff.
Samantha Blanchard. Dr. Salvador playing one of the shooting one shot, Morgan Devos. Heading every round, Hunter Temple head forward, Team Swift. Returning forward, Benet Academy, Montini, and IHSA Varsity.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Benet Academy on Montini. Her second, Team 6, shooting 2 shots, Shannon Blanchard. shots. Benet, Beaumont. Returning back to Margaret Temple. Returning from Montini on the Kenny. Montini foul, 21, Alyssa Epps. Her second. Team A, officials timeout on the floor.
This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
Benet foul 33, IHSA Varsity. Her second, team 7, team 1 opponent to the Broncos, and Fletcher.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Entering for the Broncos, Benet cover. Broncos foul number 4, Ryan White. Shooting 2 shots for Benet Academy. Morgan Demos. Training the Broncos, Brandon Kozadensky, and Victoria Montini. Further, Sublime Betting Academy shooting 2 shots on a goal line. Broncos stop number 20, Audrey King. Shooting 2 shots, Benet Academy, Margaret Temple.
I think she got away with it. Yeah, I don't know. That was kind of close.
Yeah, she didn't. Yeah, she didn't dribble. She just.
Broncos, Sage Irving. Training for the Broncos, Riley White. Broncos foul number 4, Riley White. Her second. Shoot 2 shots, Margaret Temple.
What's that?
Brought the ball back into her body. Good ball.
Training for the Broncos, Brandon Kozadensky.
Yeah, it's good Benet, man. You just need All-American former like Cardinal has. And Lavamere has a lot of shooters. That's how they feel.
Putting up soy.
I wish they would get rid of that rule.
make sure you come back out Tuesday evening as the Lady Red Wings begin their IHSA